So Ascent is Valorant's new map. We're gonna have a little quick breakdown on how to play the map, how I've been seeing people play it, and pretty much trying to break this map down. And of course it's gonna change in a few weeks, even a few months, on how people play it. But just going off of my games and other streamers' games of how the maps have been played out. So on defense here, generally you have the barrier. You're first to challenge for this portal. People have been fighting here a lot. Sometimes you can even dash back here and play this little cheeky angle. I don't really recommend it though, but it is nice to fight for this orb, whether you smoke, nade here, whatever, and fight for the orb, as they spawn a little further back. And if you do decide to concede the orb and you can't hold it, of course you can just play sight. This side is really overwhelming and it's very hard to dry peek. There's so many angles you can play. There's so many different corners. Just, pick your choice. You can usually have two people, one person playing close. You can be heaven, wait for his contact, swing out. If you do decide to play a little more passively and not contest the orb. And then catwalk. There's usually one player watching catwalk. This is very risky. I have been seeing people smoke this a lot and peeking this left side, but you kind of get stuck in no man's land unless you're Jet. You can dash away, but generally you kind of just smoke that area and you just hold this angle, get info on mid. And if you want to play safe and you're conceding you don't have an op or something, you can literally play somewhere in here, anywhere in here. This corner is really bad, of course, but kind of just keep info and make sure they don't collapse on A too fast. But if you do want to play aggressive, playing this little offing is not that bad. Making sure that can be smoked as well, and you can just straight challenge mid. But generally people have been smoking that and fighting left side or anyone mid. Mid is really awkward, especially if you get stuck in this pit, because the only way out is to really go on these stairs. You kind of want to avoid that in general. Now the hardest part to hold on defense, in my opinion, for Ascent is this area. You can kind of challenge catwalk from this mid, like literal mid lane, but they kind of have the head glitch. You do get stuck in the open. You can play that side and this side and have someone smoke this. Sage can wall this as well. And if you have an op, you can play further back, kind of watch the right side from here. You can also watch the left side from this market. You only really watch if they push on this side of catwalk though. So this is where it's the whole wide open war zone. Hopefully you have at least one op. Use your abilities, smokes. If you have smokes though, it makes it so it's not as dangerous. You can even get a bit aggressive if you smoke there, and you can push out here into this little cubby. Not too bad. I believe they can see your gun though, but try to get cheeky with it. But if you have no ops and you're getting opt a lot, just completely concede it, honestly, and just play this market and watch the push up. Or you can play back CT and watch the push ups, and that corner as well, right under it as well. You don't have to contest it, you can just hold a nice little angle, wait for them to push into you. Definitely do that if you're saving and they have ops. You don't want to take pistols and deagles into long range weapons. And then for B, this one's kind of like a standard area. You can actually sprint and get to this corner before them, before the offensive side currently right now, the way the barriers are set up. So you can have one person sitting in this corner, and you can have another person playing off their contact, because they're clearly going to shoot first and then you swing out and help them. What a lot of people are doing is they're throwing their mollies, ices, nades, whatever, to stop the initial push. Sometimes they even push up to get this orb, contest this orb. It's kind of up to you. If you do decide to concede it, make sure you just watch this area. And to watch this entrance, there's tons of angles you can play. Thankfully they put this little boat here, so close left is really bad, but there's still a little corner here you can play. People have been playing the site itself, this corner, taking the fights, dropping down, as well as the little head glitch on the staircase. This one you kind of have to commit to the gunfight Usually if you do play this, I recommend having another person holding the crossfire and helping you. And if you end up conceding that completely, just play one of the corners here. This site feels really easy to take offensively. So honestly, if they're exploding and they're going really ham, they're using lots of utility, I really do feel like retaking is really easy as well. Honestly, just concede and kind of just wait for the retake. Wait for your team to get market control, you get CT control. You can kind of just flood in, you know, from your side of the map, because if they're playing site, it's really easy to clear this. They're probably going to try and close the door. Door is really easy to break. Probably going to have a teammate there anyways. You really just need to clear this top area, making sure, you know, no one's here. Just have someone watching this, I don't even know what to call this, B main, I guess. Just have someone watching B main. You don't even need to push in there. You just slowly flood on the site and clear all these corners. There are a lot of corners on the site though, so it does get pretty hard. And did I do defense for A side? I did all defense, right? So yeah, generally you don't have to take fights. It does get pretty overwhelming because this map does feel kind of like, the map feels big because there's a lot of long range gunfights, but it's really not that big, honestly, once you kind of get used to it. So yeah, that's what you can do for defense. You don't have to take the long range fights. Don't forget, you don't have to be in these close arches. You can concede. You don't have to be on catwalk. You don't have to literally be in this corner. I love this corner because of this dog, by the way. You know, you can just play on site. You can play back here and watch the, you know, the catwalk push from garden. You know, all that good stuff. So it doesn't hurt to concede, especially if you know they're opping and you don't have ops back or something. On offense, offense is a bit tough on this map. It's really hard to play default, which is spreading out looking for picks, because there is a good amount of distance to travel back to each other even after a pick, unless you get mid control. So you guys are spread out on this map, you know, A, mid, and B. You guys get picks A. You have to wait for them to go all the way through T side to regroup, or attacker side to regroup, unless you do have mid control. The mid control is really good. If you're on offense and you do get this mid control, you can generally play default, look for picks on all sides of the map, and then regroup and just regroup mid. What you really want, if you do want really good mid controls, to make sure someone has catwalk control. And catwalk control is very important. Once you actually have someone here holding that, or actually deeper in and like watching tree, the map feels more open. You can rotate. You just have to smoke this or challenge whoever's mid. Ideally, one smoke here makes it so you have complete freedom in this mid area to walk around and roam around once you get catwalk control. The rotations are generally pretty fast. So on B side, offense, you know, you gotta make sure no one's challenging you. Tons of utility gets thrown through the windows and through the hall. Staying close right. And then it gets pretty hard if you don't have smokes. You gotta hopefully be able to clear all these close angles initially. Smoking, there's spawn is really good, and being able to get this wall up is really good. You get info if they're playing market or not. You want to kind of smoke that as well. So these are the two areas that people have been smoking or using utility on, and kind of just clearing the rest of the area. You put the door up, and the thing about this side is people do lurk a lot, so you have to full clear this side. You gotta make sure no one is hiding back here. Thankfully this boat's here, so it gets rid of that deep corner. Yeah, you gotta make sure no one's hiding in any of these corners, any of these boxes. And then you can plant the bomb. Generally post plant, you don't all want to be cooped up on the site. If you choose not to have the door open, it's nice to have someone to push into market. Or if you have mid control and you push through here, say you get catwalk control, you can have people starting to flood here, or you just smoke it. I think smoking it's pretty easy. and then have everyone flood through here, you know, like 2-3 people flood through mid lane, get mid control, and then the rest of your team works B side. You guys explode out here. Post plant, you want to keep mid control, and it's not that bad to have someone push into spawn. From what I've seen though, only this corner is actually really good, unless you, I mean, you can take the 50-50 fight though, but it's just very tough. The crosshair placement for this angle is really hard because they can be anywhere on this ramp and they can swing out from there. So yeah, you want to spread out from what it seems like on B's post plants. I think for executing mid, what I've been doing a lot, or what I've seen has been working, is getting mid control and kind of just playing this little offing to see if anyone gets greedy and peeks. Usually I've been opping here. I've seen an opper here, and when your teammates are making noise B and A, if someone does decide to take a different rotation instead of going to CT or defense, and they decide to rotate from, you know, their spawn through market, they won't really expect you there. I feel like it's been a pretty good offing that has been working. Maybe people will get used to it. And of course you can play certain agents that'll throw people off, playing jet and jump, oh I messed up, playing jet and jumping over, raise and jumping over, stage wall even. Do a bunch of cheeky stuff mid. But mid has tons of different angles. You have lots of cover, lots of different angles. Use your utility to clear right side. I feel like clearing the right side with utility is more ideal because it's harder for them to dodge. I feel like this left side you can nade or molly this corner, they can be up here. I feel like you should use your utility right side, make sure right is safe, and then clear left. Physically look left, because if you throw your stuff on the left, chances are they could have avoided it, and if you're clearing right when you peek out, you might just get bopped from behind because they're still on this bench or something. Damn, I feel like I spent a lot of time on this side of the map. And then for A, lots of times you can just take this initial gunfight if they choose to fight for this orb. I think you guys kind of get to this orb at the same time. They could concede the orb while your teammates are still making noise B mid as well. And then this is where it gets kind of tough. It's really hard to just smoke heaven. So what people have been doing is smoking here, like using utility on this close right. But I think this offensive attack is best used when you have mid control and catwalk control. So when catwalk and you have teammates catwalk starting to push up, you guys push up A main. So generally you don't have to worry about your left, because anyone on this left side is going to be worried about catwalk, so you only have to worry about your right and anyone on site. And that's probably the best way to execute onto A right now. Tell people maybe learn the map and understand the map more. So ideally, quick little TLDR, mid control is very important. The best smokes that I've seen work are the ones mid, the ones door, the ones catwalk. I've seen people trying to smoke back catwalk. I don't think it's that one is that good. You can even smoke this. Make sure you have that audio cue as well. But if you want to be safe and you're getting pushing on a site, you can smoke that as you're going onto a site. People have been trying to smoke heaven. I don't think that works. I think best case, because it's going to require 2 smokes, best case you can maybe have a sage wall here and only have to look at this right corner, this pocket, and then make sure you have to clear under and everything. Yeah, you just kind of have to peel the map apart. Take it, you know, section by section. It can be kind of overwhelming if you don't know what you're doing yet, or if you don't really know the layout, but you have to peel the map apart. Take it from mid, B, and A, and then clear out all the corners. And that'll probably be how this map will be played out. Who knows though, maybe people will figure out certain tactics, and maybe certain sites will need to be changed and tweaked here and there. We'll see how the competitive ranked playlists go. Since right now we're only basing it off of scrims and unrated games, so. Oh, maybe the map will shape out differently. Currently, it's definitely lots of vandals, lots of ops. I definitely recommend those two guns. Phantom is very hard to use on this map because of the range. Unlike Split, I feel like Phantom's really good on Split, but Vandal's definitely the better gun on this map. But yeah, thanks for watching. If you made it to the end of the video and this helped you, make sure you hit the like button, and in the comment section below, yeah, there's fireworks. Okay, hashtag fireworks in the comment section below to let me know you made it to the end of the video. I definitely appreciate it. And in case you didn't know, I stream on Twitch every day at SouloTV. Trying to hit Valorant, Immortal, whatever. And thanks for watching. Peace out.